Let's cut across right now to Raghav Chadha, Rajya Sabha MP from the Aadmi Party. Mr. Chadha, appreciate you joining us this evening. First up, wishing you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. But I would reckon this would not be a holiday season for you in the thick of things where campaign and politics is concerned. How's it going?
First of all, a very Merry Christmas, and I wish you all a very, very Happy New Year to you, to everybody at India Today, and all the viewers of your channel. Well, I agree, it's holiday season, but I think with the elections roughly 45 days away from today, I think political parties are gearing up, particularly mine. We are in the thick of things. We are preparing. And I think over the last 1 month, you have seen our leader, Mr. Kejriwal, spending all his time with the people, sharing a program, a vision, and a scheme that he has for Delhi for the next 5 years, be it our Mahila Saman Rashi or the Sanjeevani scheme, or the promises that he's made for those who come from the Dalit, households. I think Aam Aadmi Party in this election seems to be the only party that has a vision, a narrative, a policy, and a program for Delhi, and has a positive agenda above all. And I think that is working very well in our favor.
But Mr. Chadha, your primary opposition, because what is seemingly right now a bipolar contest between the BJP and you, of course, there is the Congress there, has just 2 days ago actually, to say it in terms, charge sheeted your party for not delivering on its promises in the last 5 years and, of course, now completing a 10-year term, where they have, picked on the Aam Aadmi Party for not delivering. Number one, on education, where, I'll take you through some of the points where as per the BJP, you promised on making Delhi schools world-class, yet 2 lakh students today are deprived of education. Number two, you promised 24/7 clean and free water, but today thousands of families are forced to buy water tankers and drinking water. That you promised free clinics, free hospitals, but yet 70% of Delhi is dependent on private hospitals, and the ones who go to the government-run hospitals are given date for tests which are months in advance. And there's a full charge sheet, be it the AQI, be it the Yamuna.
Look, first of all, I think these fictional chart sheets or these concocted chart sheets don't merit a response because these are absolutely and totally fictional. I mean, even our detractors would believe that if there are two, genres of work in which the Aam Aadmi Party has done exceptionally well, it is education and healthcare. First of all, let me say this, that BJP's whole campaign seems to be based on negativity. Negativity has a very short span of life, while positivity is eternal. Aam Aadmi Party is running a very positive agenda. And as far as our governance is concerned, I think everybody knows that from electricity to water, from healthcare to education, Aam Aadmi Party has done remarkable work over the last 1 decade. We have built more than 10,000 kilometers of roads with 38 new flyovers. We have laid down roughly 7,000 kilometers of new sewage and drainage lines, 4,000 kilometers of water pipelines. We have given more than 500 mohalla clinics with 9,000 additional beds in Delhi hospitals. We have built close to 23,000 classrooms and world-class infrastructure in our schools. And of course, our main flagship schemes of free electricity and free water have been continuing. So I think we have promised and we have delivered.
Okay.
People of Delhi will vote for us on the basis of our track record of governance. Well, I agree that there are certain aspects which require more work. For example, Yamuna cleaning requires more work. For example, taking water to making it 24/7 in all parts of Delhi requires little more work and time. And we've not been able to achieve some parts of it. It's probably because, over the last 5 years, roughly 2.5 years were lost to a pandemic, a raging pandemic called COVID-19. And the other 2 years, 2.5 years, was this incarceration of our senior most leaders. So having said that, I think a bulk of our promises have been kept and honored and rightfully delivered. I think now the new promises that we have made will also be delivered, and the people of Delhi will vote on our track record, record of jo kaha wo kiya.
All right. Taking off from that, Mr. Chadha, you say jo kaha wo kiya, your track record and promises. Mr. Chadha, you've been a very prominent face where Punjab politics is concerned. I remember you were there when the manifesto for Punjab was released. At that point of time, you were sitting right besides Arvind Kejriwal and Bhagwant Mann, and an announcement was made of giving 1,000 rupees to the women of Punjab, direct cash transfer, like you have promised this time around. That promise, abhi tak nahi kiya, Raghav Chadha, has not been delivered to the people, or the women of Punjab.
First of all, Punjab and Delhi are two different states. In Delhi, we run a budget surplus state. Punjab is a state which is debt-ridden. We inherited Punjab in the month of February 2022 with a debt of more than 3.5 lakh crore. Punjab was struggling to pay salaries to its employees. There were repeated strikes in Punjab. All our expenditure, all our revenue was going in expenditure of a recurring nature with no capital intensive work. Punjab was absolutely in red. For the last 2.5 years, our government has been working in improving the balance sheet of Punjab, restructuring the debt, and augmenting the sources of income for the state. We have now finally come to a position where, in the next few months and years, you will see in this tenure alone, Aam Aadmi Party's government in Punjab will fulfill its promise.
Okay.
People of Punjab are hopeful. People of Punjab believe in our promise. And why do I say so? They believe in our promise because in February 2022, when we went for polls, they gave us the highest ever mandate in the electoral history of Punjab by giving us 92 seats. Subsequent to that, municipal elections happened, which we won.
Okay.
Panchayat elections happened. We overwhelmingly won those. And very recently, the 4 by-polls that happened in Punjab, 3 out of those 4 was also won by Aam Aadmi Party, which means that the people of Punjab believe in us and we will deliver. We are on the right track. We are improving our balance sheet.
Mr. Chadha, many feel that the delivery of the direct cash transfer will come in the last 6 months of Punjab going into elections again. But that aside, to move on to the current offer or the scheme, welfare scheme that you have offered in the form of Mahila Samman Yojana, 1,000 rupees to women. But Mr. Chadha, you and I both know that by the time it's time for the first installment to come in, the model code of conduct will set in. So the women of Delhi will not really see that 1,000 rupees.
First of all, Aam Aadmi Party's track record has shown that whatever we promise, we deliver. I understand that due to the incarceration of the political executive of the government, due to COVID-19 and several other things, we are only able to announce this scheme, and the cabinet of the government of Delhi is able to clear this scheme only towards the fag end of our second full tenure. But we are working hard to deliver it before the elections. If not before the elections, right after the elections, we will be giving not 1,000, 2,100 rupees to every woman of Delhi. And I think it is perhaps the biggest financial assistance that will be given to by any state government as a welfare measure towards aimed at its women in a day and age where income levels are stagnating, inflation is increasing, and above all, the indirect taxation, which is the GST, is a burden that even the people in the lowest rung of our society, who are at the bottom of the pyramid, also have to bear. So I think keeping these financial challenges in mind, this kind of a big welfare scheme is going to be a game changer for Delhi.
But you do understand it won't be delivered before the model code of conduct or before Delhi goes into election.
It could be delivered. It may not be delivered. I can't comment on the timelines because the government is working hard towards ensuring that it gets delivered. If not, then right after February it will be delivered.
All right. Mr. Chadha, there were other questions, especially the role of Congress just with the 4% vote bank. If it comes in because the Congress hopes it's on a resurgence, that would could harm the Aam Aadmi Party if that vote share rises. But all of that aside, Mr. Chadha, I'm going to leave it at that. Wishing you a happy new year, but I'm going to ask you one question because it's always nice sometimes to give credit where it's due. And we did see that video of you bringing up inflated food prices in airports, and there has been impact. At least. So good on you on that front, because paying 800 rupees for a cup of coffee was criminal, I thought.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And I think it's not just my victory. I think it's the victory of the people of India. I try and spend a lot of time with the people and try and understand their issues and the challenges that a common passenger faces at India's airports. Was something that I shared, in the Rajya Sabha in Parliament, and I'm so happy that my speech was well received by the Union Civil Aviation Minister, who's a friend of mine, and he then subsequently took note of the overpricing of food items and drinks at the airports, and finally launched something called as the Udan Cafe, where now you will get a tea for 10 rupees and a samosa for 20 rupees. I just hope and pray that it is not just a pilot project at the Kolkata airport. It's something that takes, shape across the country at all airports, because overpricing of food products at airport is something that both you and I and every person who's traveling faces.
Well, good on you, Mr. Chadha. Appreciate it, and I think a lot of viewers would appreciate it. Thank you. Have yourself a good year, and may the best party win coming in next year. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.